Hey, this is for Emma, Bellisma Racing on TikTok. Hi Emma, this is you. And this isn't a flex or anything. I'm not doing that. Oh, I'm past a new thing. I've just really enjoyed watching your sim racing journey on TikTok. And as you're doing Croft, it's one of my favourite tracks to race on with our league. It's a fun little track. And it shouldn't be so good, but it is. It just produces fantastic racing. I'm not real fast at it, but there are some tricks to it, and I just wanted to give you a few tips. I did a 30-litre session, so about 30 minutes. I think my fastest was the last lap, was I believe a 24.9. But on that lap, I kind of moved to first corner, so I wanted to start on this lap where I actually got the first corner right. First thing to note, as you probably have noticed, those bollards up there don't actually exist. There's no collision model. In my league, we have a sort of gentleman's agreement not to blatantly drive through them. Your league may be different, so you'll notice I don't go all the way over to the left there, but you can. Alright, here we go. And the trick here is don't be looking at that apex there. Your apex is the tire wall, so look at the tire wall, don't look at that apex. And cut the living crap out of it. Best not to go over it. I cut a little bit too much. It unsettles the car. I don't think it slows you down. It just so you see that little bounce as I go over it, as I come back up the curb. So you can avoid going all the way. Then all the way over, get as much out here as you can so that you're straight lining through. Get as close to those as you can. Right wheels on the line here. And then again, try not to go over this green and white curve because it unsettles the car when you come back in, but you can. And then there's two lines through this long sweeping. Some people carry more speed and go wide. I prefer to carry a little less speed and try and stay narrow because the less distance you're traveling seems to be faster than carrying more speed and going the long way. And also there's another reason we'll come to in a second. The further over to the right you are here, the straighter you can go through here and the less you have to turn the wheel to get around that apex. And in these cars, the more you turn the wheel, the more speed you scrub. Those front tires just start scrubbing like crazy. So the straighter you can get through there, the better. Okay, let's pop to this lap where I actually did the fastest. Alright. And you'll see I snatch a brake as I go. There. Keeping it narrow. Tight as I can. Brakes. Trick here is get up on that curb on the right, and as soon as you touch that curb, back on the gas, just jump back in the gas. Back in the cut this one a little, just so you don't go out too wide into the first step, and then the hardest corner on the track. Pop back in the car. What you want to be watching for, don't look at that apex. Pick up that cone. So you let it run almost out to the white line here, and you're braking before you hit the dark tarmac. Watch for that cone, and then from the moment you reach that cone, you can just nail it, and you're pretty much full in the power all the way around the next corner and a half. In tight. back on the pedal, stay in the pedal. Sometimes a tiny confidence lift so that you don't run wide. I think I did one there. And again, pick up that cone. Don't aim for that exit. Aim for that cone so that you get then the trick here is make sure you get as close to that concrete bit. So see that little dip there? That extra camber really helps you. You can carry a lot more speed than you think you can. That camber really helps. So from the time I'm in there, back in the gas. And it also, if you get that camber right and stay over to the left here, so that you can get a good entry. And again, there's two ways people take this. They either run it really wide, or what I do is try and keep it as tight as I can. Get turned in, keep it tight there, don't run it to the left. That's fine. And then a useful hairpin later. One piece of advice though, where it's best to take this late entry when hot lapping in a race, when you're racing people, you're going to have to cover that left because they will dive in there, so you're going to have to compromise your entry, stay over to the left a bit. Oh, and on the subject of racing, I don't know whether you do, but one thing to practice when you're hot lapping is practice entering corners on your compromised defensive line. So for instance, at the end of this straight, it's going to be one of the main places you have to defend. Practice getting into that turn one from way over on the right, from a defensive line. And the same into any of the other big braking zones. Practice doing them from a defensive line, because obviously you need to brake at a completely different point. Alright, we'll just watch the lap one time. As I said, I've really enjoyed watching the journey and the improvements, and hoping you'll have fun and drop. It is a huge amount of fun to race, and I should imagine it's really good fun. Yeah, let's do it. Cut that left hand right up to the bollard. Brake on the dark patch. Brake a little early if you have to make sure you can get it turned down onto that curve and nail the power as soon as you can. Yeah, let it naturally drift out. As soon as it straightens up, on the brake, watch that bollard, smack in the power, and drift out onto that concrete, hold it into that bollard, all the way out. Here, brake a little earlier than you think you may do, so that you can get into the dip there, help you turn, keep it tight. And then a little late hairpin exit, slam it back. Yeah, that was 124.91. Anyway, enjoy your race.